Welcome back everybody to another Reagan Smith training video. Today we are going to continue to build on our Civil 3D Basics video series. If you guys recall in the last few videos we created a surface from just polylines, and we have taken that surface and created data shortcuts to be shared with other users and other drawings. Today we're going to talk about alignments, and there's a couple of different ways of doing alignments. Let's draw a couple polylines real quick right here. And like I said before, there's a couple different ways to do alignment. So come up to your home toolbar, and then underneath Create Design, there is an alignment. So there's alignment creation tools and create alignment from objects. So we're going to start with create alignment from objects. We're going to select this polyline and right click. And if you notice, there is an arrow that shows you the direction that this line is being drawn. So down here will be 0 plus 0, and this will be whatever it is at the end. So we'll hit, and side note, you can hit R for reverse. If you notice down here, always look at your command bar, and you can hit R for reverse, and that would make this 0 plus 0, and this will be the end of whatever it may be number-wise. So we'll hit enter, and it will bring up this dialog box. And underneath the name, we're going to call this, we'll just call it layout 1. And type is going to be a center line. Most of the time, 99.9% of the time, it will just remain center line. We're not going to associate this to a site. We are going to use our default proposed centerline alignment style. And we're also going to do an alignment label set. And we are not going to add any curves. And we are going to deselect erase existing entities. So once we hit OK, it will automatically populate the stationing and any kind of PIs that there are or anything like that. So if you notice, like I said, this is going to be 0 plus 0, 0, and this is going to be 8 plus 96, because if you remember, that arrow was pointing up. So this is our start and this is our end. So that's kind of your most basic way of doing an alignment, is utilizing a polyline from a center line of a road or whatever it may be, and creating an alignment from that. So what we're going to do is just kind of build on this again. So we're going to go back to create alignment from objects. We are going to select this copy of our polyline, and we're going to, let's reverse this one. And if you notice, when you hit reverse, it doesn't show you the graphics that it has been reversed. So it should do it. Let's just double check it. We're going to call this layout 2 for this instance. We are going to leave it as a proposed center line. We are not going to do a label set. And I want to add just a default 200-foot radius to any change in direction. So we'll have a 200-foot radius here automatically drawn and a 200-foot automatically drawn there. And so we'll just leave this one here. We'll go ahead and erase this center line. So let's select OK. And if you notice, we do have radii here on this one and this one, but we do not have a label set. So we accidentally did not select that one, or we wanted to do it first without any labels. So if you want to go ahead and do labels, you will click on it, and you can right click and hit edit alignment labels, and that will bring up this. And this is a little more powerful of a adding labels to your alignment than this. This is going to be just a default, and 99% of the time this is going to be plenty. But if you accidentally forget to click that button, rather than undo, 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 you just come here and you can start adding them down below. So we want our major, we want our minor, and let's make sure we pick our RSA. And we will also add geometry points. And if you notice, once we click geometry points and then add, it brings up another dialog box. And so if you leave all these selected, you hit OK, we'll hit apply, hit OK, you will notice that it will do exactly the same, but it adds more information to your alignment. So inside that dialog box where you can select and deselect different options. So this one has a midpoint of a radius, and the station and everything stays the same, the offset stays the same, it just adds more information. So if you're looking for additional information to be displayed for your alignment, that's where you would do it. Another way to create an alignment is you go alignment and hit alignment creation tools, and we'll call this layout 3. And we'll go propose center line and we'll do the label set. And so once you do that, you can start drawing like anything else in Civil 3D. Brings up a toolbar. And let's start with just a tangent. So we'll try to copy this kind of layout we have going on here. How about something like this? So then right click and accept it. So if you notice, it kind of mimics the same stationing and call outs on this alignment. So if you wanted to, you could come back and add curves. So we can select this one and select here and here, and then it's going to be less than 180, and we'll just do default 200. So now we have a 200-foot radius there, and we can do the same for this one also. Let's try that again. Oop. Select this guy, and this one. Less than 180, we'll go 200 feet. All right, so now kind of mimics, a combination of both of them. This one shows you the default label styles with radius, and this one is kind of a more powerful labeling within the same alignment. So if you wanted to go through and change this radius here, there's a couple of different ways to do it. You can come in here and grab your little dot there, circle, and you can change it just by grabbing the grips. Or, let's undo that, you can click on it and then you can hit Geometry Editor, and then you can come up here and select this little guy here, the grid view, and it will show you all kinds of information about your alignment. Shows you your lines, your curves, your radius, how long they are, the actual radius. So if you come over here and deselect the lock to unlock it and say we want to change this to a 300-foot radius, type it and hit enter, and you should see, let's zoom out so we can see it. Let's go 500 so we can see it. See how it highlights it? And now we have a 500-foot radius. And we can go down to 100-foot, just watch it change, see? So that's a good way of editing your alignments exactly. There's no guessing, it is exactly all the information's there, and once you're done you can lock it back so it cannot be changed. So that is a quick representation of how alignments work and how to label them and how to modify them. So in the next video we'll be doing profiles. So we'll be taking these alignments and creating profiles to then be able to do corridors with, to do some road geometry and grading. So just like I've always said, just let me know of any questions or comments, and if you have any opinion on future videos, please let me know. Thanks.